Good evening, my midnight wanderers, my seekers of the unseen. Welcome once more to the Raven Recordings, where the veil thins, the candle gutters low, and the shadows have stories they've waited centuries to tell. I am your host, EJ Moon, speaking to you from the edge of moonlight and madness, where the old moors meet the endless night. Pull your chair closer to the fire, let the flames dance on your face, and listen. Tonight, as always, we open the raven's black wing to reveal what lies beneath. Buried regrets, forgotten curses, whispers that slither through the cracks in your soul. No faint hearts need apply, but if your pulse quickens at the thought of what waits in the dark, then stay. The door is open, the tale is waiting, and remember, dear listener, when the whispers call your name, answer carefully. Now step through with me if you dare.
Tonight we step into Whispers from the Willow, a tale of buried regrets, crumbling estates, and the bargains trees make in the dead of night. Draw closer to your candle. Let the flame tremble. The story begins in the fog-choked village of Eldridge Hollow, where the river runs black and the moors swallow light, stood Willow Manor. Its towers reached like desperate hands toward an indifferent sky, walls shedding ivy like old skin. The final resident was Marigold Devereaux, a woman whose youth had slipped away like mist, leaving only sharp loneliness and the echo of her father's madness. Her father had been a scholar of forbidden things. He spoke endlessly of the whispers from the willows encircling the garden. They offer eternity, he'd say, eyes fever bright. If you feed them your sorrow. Marigold had laughed it off as delirium, until the whispers found her. It was the eerie mid-Imbolc night when the storm descended. A bitter February gale whipping through the hollow, carrying hints of thawing earth and restless spirits. Marigold sat alone by the dying hearth, shadows leaping like ghosts across the walls. The manor creaked in protest against the wind. She held her father's journal, its pages brittle. The willows remember every regret. They hunger. A knock shattered the silence. No one came to Willow Manor after dark, yet Marigold, drawn by some unseen thread, opened the door. A cloaked figure stood in the rain, water streaming like blood from his form. "Milady," he rasped, voice like stones grinding, "the willows led me here. Shelter, I beg." His eyes caught no lantern light, only reflected something ancient and cold. Against every instinct, Marigold let him in. The door slammed shut, sealing them in. He called himself Thomas. By the fire's glow, over wine that tasted of iron, he spoke of ancient pacts. "The willows whisper bargains," he said, leaning near. "Eternal night, untouched by decay, for the price of your deepest regrets." Marigold's laugh was hollow. Regrets! She had oceans of them. Love lost, family shattered, a life decaying in solitude. "What do they truly give?" she asked. Thomas's smile cut the gloom. "Freedom from pain. But the whispers, they twist." That night, while Thomas slept, Marigold walked the garden. The willows swayed, branches like nooses in the gale. Then the whispers arrived, soft, insistent, coiling into her thoughts. They painted visions, warmth she once knew, arms that held her. "Feed us your pain," they urged. "We will root it deep." Kneeling in mud, Marigold dug. Her hands unearthed her father's chest. Letters of betrayal, accusations, heartbreak, tangible regrets, moldering. "Burn them," the whispers hissed. "Join us in endless night." But a chill doubt pierced her. Thomas's warning, twists in truth. Were these promises salvation or a grave? Gray dawn crept in. Marigold faced Thomas in the parlor. What are you? He shed his cloak, skin like twisted bark, veins pulsing roots. The first harvest, he said, well, the willows sent me for fresh sorrow. Without it, we fade. The manor wasn't haunted. The garden was. A prison of trapped souls. Willows, their wardens. Marigold ran to the hearth, hurling letters into flames. The whispers shrieked. Trees thrashed outside like living fury. Thomas lunged, tendrils reaching. You cannot refuse! She grabbed the fire poker, glowing red, and struck. Thomas dissolved into dust and leaves, scattered by the wind. Silence fell. The willow stilled. Marigold stood alone, ashes cooling, the manor quieter than ever. But in the quiet, a faint rustle remained, a single whisper, patient. Perhaps the hunger never truly ends.
That was Whispers from the Willow, a short Gothic tale written for our Tales Told in the Dark collection. You can find it and all our other Gothic tales on our Substack, Muse and Moon. Now we are going to read a short poem by Edgar Allan Poe. The Sleeper, written in 1831, is a haunting meditation on beauty, death, and the eerie stillness that binds them. Blending dreamlike imagery with the solemn hush of a moonlit graveyard, Poe transforms mourning into art, inviting readers to linger in that fragile space between life and oblivion. It's gorgeous, evocative, and written in that stark and vivid tone we have come to love from Poe, the goat of American Gothic fiction. The Sleeper by Edgar Allan Poe. At midnight, in the month of June, I stand beneath the mystic moon. An opiate vapor, dewy, dim, exhales from out her golden rim, and softly dripping, drop by drop, upon the quiet mountain top, steals drowsily and musically into the universal valley. The rosemary nods upon the grave, the lily lolls upon the wave, wrapping the fog about its breast. The ruin moulders into rest, looking like Lethe, see, the lake. A conscious slumber seems to take, and would not for the world awake. All beauty sleeps, and lo, where lies Irene with her destinies? O lady bright, can it be right, this window open to the night? The wanton airs from the tree top laughingly through the lattice drop. The bodiless airs, a wizard rout, flit through thy chamber in and out, and wave the curtain canopy so fitfully, so fearfully, above the closed and fringed lid, neath which thy slumbering soul lies hid, that o'er the floor and down the wall, like ghosts the shadows rise and fall. O lady dear, hast thou no fear? Why and what art thou dreaming here? Sure thou art come o'er far-off seas, a wonder to these garden trees. Strange is thy pallor, strange thy dress, strange above all thy length of tress, and this all solemn silentness. The lady sleeps, oh may her sleep which is enduring so be deep. Heaven have her in its sacred keep. This chamber changed for one more holy, this bed for one more melancholy. I pray to God that she may lie forever with unopened eye while the pale-sheeted ghosts go by. My love, she sleeps, oh may her sleep as it is lasting so be deep. Soft may the worms about her creep, far in the forest, dim and old. For her may some tall vault unfold, some vault that oft has flung its black and winged panels fluttering back, triumphant o'er the crested palls of her grand family funerals. Some sepulchre, remote, alone, against whose portal she hath thrown, in childhood, many an idle stone. Some tomb from out whose sounding door she ne'er shall force an echo more, thrilling to think, poor child of sin, it was the dead who groaned within. Well, my midnight darlings, my seekers of the velvet dark, this is EJ Moon again, your guide through the thorned garden of night. It's now time for the Raven Recordings mini playlist, a shadowed sanctuary of melodies designed to make your evenings deliciously spooky. Here the air grows thick with fog and forgotten secrets. We've gathered songs and soundscapes that slither like mist over ancient moors, haunting drones that echo through crumbling crypts, ethereal voices that drift from the other side, neoclassical chills and dark ambient whispers that cling to your skin like frost on a gravestone. Think of it as a companion to your candlelit hours, perfect for reading Gothic tales, wandering moonlit paths, or simply surrendering to the delicious dread that only true night can bring. Tonight's collection draws from our stories and musings, blended with eerie instrumentals, ghostly choirs, and brooding atmospheres that turn ordinary darkness into something alive and hungry. Dim the lights, pour something crimson. Let the playlist unfold like a slow, inevitable curse, because the night is long, and the shadows have excellent taste in music. Press play, and let the ravens sing you into the abyss.
In the shadows, the moonlight weaves whispers of secrets that the night believes. Ghosts of memories lingering near. In this graveyard, I confront my fear. Silhouettes dancing in the pale moonlight. Echoes of loneliness holding me tight. Alone in the graveyard, shadows entwine, searching for solace, peace of mind. With the pumping bass line guiding my way, melodies haunting in the depths of gray. Leaves rustle softly beneath my feet. Each step reminds me of the bittersweet. Tombstones stand silent, stories untold. In this haunting place I feel so cold. Voices of the past, they call my name. Fading in darkness, caught in this game. Alone in the graveyard, shadows entwine, searching for solace, peace of mind. With the pumping bass line guiding my way, melodies haunting in the depths of gray. Leaves rustle softly beneath my feet. Each step reminds me of the bittersweet. Tombstones stand silent, stories untold. In this haunting place I feel so cold. Voices of the past, they call my name. Fading in darkness, caught in this game. Just me and the night, alone I roam. In the graveyard silence, I find my home. I find my In the shadows where whispers creep, fingers trace the dust secrets keep. An eerie lullaby in the night, a haunting echo, a fragile light. Lost in the silence, we cannot breathe. Where dreams once thrived, now shadows weave. So hush now, let the the darkness sing whispers of loss that the night may bring, softly woven in forgotten scenes, a lullaby woven from shattered dreams. Cassettes spin tales of love and fear, banjo strums, the end is near. A funeral march wrapped in velvet tones, softly mourning what time disowns. Eyes closed tight, embrace the dark, in this bedroom where shadows spark. So hush now, let the darkness sing whispers of loss that the night may bring, softly woven in forgotten scenes, a lullaby woven from shattered dreams. Cassettes spin tales of love and fear, banjo strums, the end is near. A funeral march wrapped in velvet scenes, a lullaby woven from shattered dreams. Eyes closed tight, embrace the dark, in this bedroom where shadows spark. So hush now, let the darkness sing whispers of loss that the night may bring, softly woven in forgotten scenes, a lullaby woven from shattered dreams. Sleep now in the arms of night, echoes linger lost from sight.
Forgotten
dusk, our souls unite. A mystical journey lost in the light.
And so the ashes settle, the willows fall silent, and Marigold is left alone with the faint rustle that never quite leaves. We've walked the muddy garden path together tonight, my shadows, and glimpsed what waits beneath the frost. But the hunger doesn't die with the fire. It simply waits, patient, rooted, listening for the next heart that dares to feed it. This is E.J. Moon, your midnight companion, closing the raven's wing for now. Thank you for lingering in the dark with me. If a whisper brushes your ear tonight, if a branch taps your window like a finger, answer carefully. Join us next time on the Raven Recordings, when the shadows unfold another tale too dangerous to stay buried. Until the next moonrise, sweet dreams, or whatever dreams the shadows allow.